Hello and welcome to December Days for December the 3rd. I'm Wayne Clarke of Trinity Baptist Church in Gorton, and I'll be popping up on your feed each day from now through to December with some thoughts for Advent. And each day there's going to be a word for the day taking us through these days of December. Today we're looking at a verse in the Bible from Isaiah chapter 9. In fact, two verses 1 and 2 of that chapter. Here they are. Nevertheless, there will be no more gloom for those who are in distress. In the past, he humbled the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, but in the future he will honor Galilee of the nations by the way of the sea beyond the Jordan. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned. We're going to stay in this chapter for the next few days of December days, so let's make sure we get the context right. Isaiah is living in dark times. The Assyrians are on the march. They had already defeated the northern kingdom of Israel, including the kingdoms mentioned here, the tribes of Zebulun and Naphtali. They're mentioned here in verse 1. They're in the region around the Sea of Galilee. But Isaiah is a prophet of hope, and he speaks hope and he speaks light into the darkness of these northern regions. The tribes of the north, well, they'll never rise again. They become part of what we call the lost tribes of Israel. But there is hope. Light was coming to the north, to Galilee. The Messiah, the promised one, would come from Galilee to honor these forgotten places. The places that were first to fall to the Assyrians were to be the first to hear the good news of the Messiah. All of this was fulfilled, well, many centuries later, well beyond the time of Isaiah. Jesus was born in Bethlehem, but he grew up in Galilee, in Nazareth, and his ministry was based here in these regions of these tribes that Isaiah mentions. Jesus brought good news and light to his part of the country and then to the whole of the country. Through him and his people and by his Spirit, his good news is now lighting up the whole world. This prophecy of Isaiah is still being fulfilled in our time. It is light for you and for me. Light is a good word to take us through Advent. We love the lights of Advent and of Christmas. Isaiah's words speak of all the darkness, and there's much darkness in the world. But it speaks of the dawning of the light to you and me. Lights going on all over the world. This is December Days. See you tomorrow for more from the same chapter.